Hello and welcome to Astroterography by Sophia Spiritualite. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to discuss this new year. This is my predictions for the 2024 new year. So we're using the astrology for today, January the 1st at midnight. And this is what it looks like for the year. And so we're going to go through this card by card, and then we're going to look at the flow of the year, the actual way that it's going to flow. But first, we want to look at the placement so that we can identify different places where we can reset, we can actually learn the lesson that we have to learn for this year, and make sure that we're not setting ourselves up to repeat these lessons over and over again. So if you're new to astroterography, this is the science of taking the zodiac wheel and applying it to tarot cards so that you get a pictorial representation of what is happening in the sky. It's easier for individuals to interpret, and it's also easier for you to kind of see the messages that you're supposed to get so that you don't, again, repeat certain things over and over. So as you can see, the very first placement we have is the Wheel of Fortune. This tells me that this year is about decisions. And it also should be about good luck. Things should work in your favor this year if you stick to the plan. Now, there can be issues if you ignore clear messages, if you go against your instincts and your intuitions, your spirit guides who are trying to lead you in the right direction. You can have problems, but good fortune, good karma, good luck, these things are in store for us this year. It's also a suggestion that you try your hand. If there's something that you've done before and it didn't quite work out and you were like, man, I shouldn't do this again, this is the year to try your hand. You should absolutely give that another go around. And don't let the failures of the past impact your present. I think that's the main message for this year. We have a lot of new energies coming in. We have a lot of fresh energies coming in. We have these major eclipses. So there's a lot of things that are going to be a little bit different now than they were in the past. So don't hold on to those past failures coming into this year. Follow directly behind that, we have our South Node in Libra, which is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords in its reverse. South Node cards I always read in reverse. It's the only card I read in reverse on these readings. And it's standstill, difficulties, and exclusion. So just to make sure you understand, you have the Wheel of Fortune, then you have standstill. If you get to the Wheel of Fortune and you do the same thing that you always do and you don't try something different, or you don't give something a try again that failed in the past, you're going to be stuck. This is the lesson for the year. It's always great when these things come out soon because then you can see you're going to be stuck. This is the lesson for the year. Now, this doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, because you see next we have the Eight of Swords and a double Ten of Swords. So this is not saying that it's going to be easy, but it is saying that you have to make the choice to do the hard work. There's a lot of people out here that are telling individuals that everything is going to be fine and they don't have to put any work in. That is absolutely not the truth. And individuals saying that are deliberately being deceptive about how this thing works. You have to do the work. Nothing will work if you don't work. Whether it be paperwork, whether it be, and it's not, oh, you have to do the work as in get a job. No, actually, it means you have to do the work on yourself. Whether it be healing, whether it be paperwork, whether it be changing your diet, changing your food, whatever the case may be, changing your relationship with your children, changing your relationship with your significant other. There's work that's going to be involved, and it's going to be exhausting work to the point of, looks like not death, but you're going to get stabbed in the back along the way. There's no way to get around that energy. It's much better to just make the decision now at the first of the year to put in the work, and then put in the work for the year, and don't stress yourself out about how it looks, because by the time you get to the middle of the year, things will be looking much better. All right, so our next card here is we have the Eight of Swords, which is overthinking, self-criticism, and entrapment. Again, because if you start off the year questioning how much work you're going to have to do, then you're just going to end up in this cycle of, questioning yourself, going back and forth between thinking that, you know, stand still, questioning, stand still, questioning, stand still. You're just going to go in this loop of not going very far. And I have been saying for several weeks on my other channel that I do believe this is going to be a difficult year for people, and I can see it now, because they're going to go from questioning themselves. They're going to have this whole opportunity to start this year. Now, I will mention right now that I don't know why January 1st is such an important date. I can't figure it out. I haven't figured it out yet. But I'm just saying, like, literally, you have an opportunity for a new start. You're getting a fresh new start today for whatever the reason is. Now you're getting a new start. You better use it to your advantage. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't even matter. Use it to your advantage. Use this as a starting point. And what you have to get past really quickly is this self-doubt and just coming to a standstill. You need to stay in motion. This is why, I'm advising that you have several different things that you do. So if you have exercise that you do, that's great. You also want to have a craft that you do. So if you do something with your hands, like sew or knit or crochet, that's great. You also want to have exercise that you do. You also want to have something that you do for working with your diet. You want to look into multiple areas of your life this year and try to bring some expansion to them, because that is where you will find the most fortune. The wheel of fortune will spin if it has space to spin. And so maybe you come to a hard line in your exercise routine and you need to add something new. Okay, well, go into working on crafts. Well, maybe you come to a ceiling on what you can do with your crafts. Okay, well, work on your diet and learning about that. Okay, well, you come to a line in that. Learn a new divination technique, like look into the I Ching, look into these different things. You want to be as diverse as possible at this time. You don't want to be stuck in one type of way of operating. That is going to be not to your advantage this year. Other years, it's not the same, but this year for sure, you want to have multiple areas where you can, even multiple revenue streams. So if you have a job, you may want to check out my link and learn how to trade. If you are an entrepreneur, you may want to look into getting a job. You want to have multiple areas where the wheel can spin in your favor. If you're a person who is into gambling, then you want to have multiple areas that you gamble. So if you normally play the slots and you don't do the lottery, you may want to do the slots. You may want to allocate some money to do the lottery. You may want to do scratch offs as well. You may want to plan, just the whole idea is that you want to be planning multiple things. You don't want to get stuck waiting for this one thing to happen and it doesn't quite come together the way that you want, right? Because next we have the energy of the Ten of Swords, and we have a double Ten of Swords energy. So the Ten of Swords is inevitable end, intellectual tyranny, abrupt conclusion. So it's like something is going to have a hard end, okay? And so if you have multiple pots, multiple irons in the pot, then and abrupt endings are not always bad, especially in this case, because after this really hard ending in two areas of your life, because we have a double, then we have the Ace of Coins, so, or Ace of Pentacles that comes up next. So just because you have this really hard ending doesn't mean that it's bad, but if you only have one iron in the fire, that ending is going to be much, much harder than necessary. What you want to have is multiple things working in your favor, multiple things that you're putting your energy into, so that the hard ending isn't so hard. And it's not like, it's just going to be a hard ending. It's going to be a double hard ending. And these first, what, 6 cards, 5 cards, is why I'm concerned about the general populace for this year, because most people are not going to get past this Wheel of Fortune and this Four Swords. They're just going to be stuck in this energy of like like they're just going to be stuck in this energy of trying to make a choice, and just being and then having difficulties. Every time they make a choice, they're going to be challenged by something. And most people are unable to actually handle that kind of energy, where they experience a challenge and then they overcome it and move on. Now, if you've been on this spiritual walk for some time, you have the skill. So if you come to a challenge, you don't stop. So for example, I'll give you a perfect example. I'm trying to work on this predictions video, and I've been trying to work on this video for 2 weeks, and I could not in my mind figure out how to present it, because when I do readings for individuals, I look at their birth charts, and we do the astroturography of their personal birth chart, and then I do progressions. Like, I'll do the roots, and then I'll do the progressions. Well, this doesn't fit into any of those. This is not a birth chart kind of chart. This is an event chart, and I didn't have one of these charts made, and I just didn't know. I said, well, should I do a progressions chart? Should I go back and look at America? But I said, no, this is for the whole planet. This is kind of how it's going to go on the whole planet, not just America. Well, I don't know where this started. And then I said, well, then how do I do is it the roots? Is it fruits? What is it? Like, what am I calling this thing? So I had a really huge mind block of how to present this information, and it took me 2 weeks to basically come to the conclusion of, oh, this is a different chart. Like, I'm trying to fit it into the square of the chart that I already have, when this is a totally different kind of chart. And the same thing with the tree chart. This is a totally different chart. So I just have to make a new chart. And it was a really simple answer, but it was very emotionally strenuous trying to figure out how to handle this. And I feel like most people would have just given up and said, okay, well, and me, since I had other stuff to do, I just went on and worked on some other stuff. Like, if you look at my main channel, Sophia Spiritualite, I have some stuff that I've been going into, and I just moved on to something else until the answer came on how to solve this problem here. Like, oh, it's a new chart. Okay, boom. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, they don't have the ability to engage knowledge like that and to engage problems like that. So they're going to be stuck trying to handle. And so if you're a friend of a person who's like this, you can, encourage them to get involved in some other stuff so that they can move on, right? All right, so the next card we have, after we have all of this stuck energy, all of these hard endings. Now, I refer to swords as hard endings. When I see swords, I know that it's a hard ending. It's not going to be an easy ending. It's going to be definite final conclusion type of ending, okay? Swords also refer to like the fall period. So Scorpio, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius all fall into swords energy. So I'm also looking for this to be kind of related to that period of time. So because this chart documents this in an order that it appears in the chart, we will see kind of how things, the order of things as we look at our events of the tree chart, which is going to be after this one. All right, so next we have the Ace of Coins, or the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is happiness, joy, and new beginnings. So it makes sense that after you have a hard ending, a double hard ending, you will have a new financially prosperous new beginning. But you have to have a double hard ending before this comes. If you get to this point, again, the reason I'm presenting this is because it is possible to get through all of these energies, but you have to go with the flow of as the energies are presented to you. You can take this all year to do this energy and never get it, or you can move through these energies quickly so that you are able to get to another kind of energy, because no matter what, these are the energies that are assigned to us this year. The only difference is how quickly you move through these energies. If you are the type of person who makes this thing slow, then I don't know what to tell you, man. This is the energy you can move through really fairly quickly if you learn the lesson. So I feel like I've already started to move through some of these energies because of the double heart ending and stuff like that. And so I'm already ready to go into this Ace of Coins energy personally. So again, happiness, joy, new beginnings. Next up, you have this Three of Coins, which is competition, teamwork, and good results. So it's like what you are working on in this Wheel of Fortune energy, what you've decided to do with this Wheel of Fortune energy, you will have a good ending result to it. At least some of it, you know what I mean? Especially the things that you're doing in collaboration with other people. So this is also not necessarily a year to do everything by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, this does not feel like a year to do everything by yourself, even though there's a lot of cards within just one single person on them. It feels like if you are working with a partner to get things done this year, the things that hit you won't hit them, the things that hit them won't hit you, and you guys will be able to move forward, especially with this particular card right here. And this is the sun energy. So yeah, completion, teamwork, and good results. So when you work as a team, you're going to have good results. So whatever you can do to make your primary goals a team effort will be successful to you. So like, one thing that I'm going to do this year with my children is we're going to make a calendar together. We're going to look at what we want to do this year, and we're going to make a joint calendar together. That is something that I've never done before, and it's bringing my kids into, what exactly it is we want to achieve. Right after that, you have the first of our feminine placements. And this is, we have three female, well, more than, we have three for sure female placements, and really four. One, two, three, four. Yeah, we have really four female placements this year. Really heavy female placements. So we have Pluto, which is as the Queen of Pentacles, and that's femininity, fertility, sensuality. So again, working with women, if you're a male, bringing the women into your life into what you're trying to accomplish, your daughters, your mothers, your whoever, groups of women working together, this is going to be very, very successful this year. Matter of fact, it's going to be, our next card is the Star. It's going to make things shine like the star. And the Star card is infinite possibilities, hope, inspiration, time of new beginnings. So once you can get past this hard ending of removing this stuff that cannot go with you into the next year, everything is new beginnings. Everything is fresh. Everything is abundance. I really don't think people are going to get past this Wheel of Fortune and Four Swords energy. And so I really want you, when you come across people who need to, who seem like they're stuck, you can send this video to them and say, hey, I think you're stuck because of the energy of this year. Take a look. You're going to, and hopefully it will trigger them to move forward. There's going to be hard endings, yes, but after the hard endings are these beautiful new beginnings. Queen of, and not new beginnings in just regular abundance. We do have that. That's closer to the end of our chart here. But at the beginning, it's abundance as it relates to money. Physical abundance is right around the corner from these hard endings. But there's a lot of people who don't want to take these hard endings. And therefore, they're going to make their lives far more difficult than necessary because they don't want to take the hard ending. All right, so I already told y'all what the Star card is. So after that, And we have this Eight of Coins energy, which is our Saturn in Pisces. Now, remember, this is why I suggested at the beginning of the reading that you have multiple things going on. You're not just all of your eggs in one basket. You want to have multiple things going on. If you have a job, you want to trade. If you're trading, you want to have some kind of other source of revenue. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to add on some sources of revenue. You want to be building yourself. These new beginnings, this Ace of Coins, this Three of Coins, this Queen of Coins, and the Star, is all related to this Eight of Coins. That whatever it is that you are physically working on. And the Eight of Coins meaning learning, hard work, and beginning. This is where your beginning starts. So you're also not going to be expected to start with nothing, because you got the Ace of Coins, you got the Three of Coins, you got the Queen of Coins, you got the Star. You're going to start with a full roster of what you need to be successful. So the more things that you are involved in, the more things that you can potentially have become successful. If you're only doing one thing, it may take all year for that one thing to become successful. But if you have multiple things that you're working on, then it's not going to take as long for one of those things to become successful, which is why right when you start the year, you want to have multiple projects going on. So like, be working on your exercise routine, be working on your health, be working on your whatever talent, divination that you do to help people, be working on whatever business that you have, be working on whatever job you have. You want to be doing the Jack and Jills of all trades will do very well this year. Because when one thing goes down, another thing will come up. When that thing goes down, another thing will pick up, and it'll be kind of like this constant back and forth between things. It's not that things won't be successful. It just might not be the right time for that thing. So when it is the right time for that thing, another thing will rise up. When the timing for that kind of fades out, then another thing will rise up, and we'll see when we go to the events of the tree how that energy weighs out. But that's definitely what it's looking like. Now the next card we have after this Eight of Coins is our Page or Princess of Pentacles, which is ambition, diligence, and desire. So again, hard work, working on different things, focused on your physical material wealth, not just spiritual and all of that. This is definitely an action oriented year. That's why I didn't mention spiritual stuff. This is not a year where your spirituality is going to consume you. This is not that year. This is a year where your physical action is going to consume you. So if you spent the last year in hermit mode, probably a good idea, because this year the physical action is going to consume you, and you're going to have to take action. And for some people who have not spent the last year in hermit mode, really working on themselves, really getting their inner life together, this is going to be a particularly difficult year. Again, because when it comes time to make a choice, they're not going to know they're not going to have an idea of what that voice on the inside sounds like, so that they can take the proper advice. They're going to take the advice of whatever entity comes and tells them, or whatever entity that's inside of them, and they tell them to do that. That's what they're going to do. So I highly, highly recommend, it's too late now to work on the inside, okay? It's not too late. It's too late now to devote all your time and energy to working on the inside. That was for 2023. This year is all about action. So if you did not spend the last year working on yourself on the inside, you're going to have to work even harder to hear the proper voice. So this is why you may need your pendulum, you may need tarot cards or other divination techniques. You're going to have to rely heavily on divination techniques to get through this year if you haven't done the inner work to hear that thing on the inside. If you can hear the thing on the inside, you know what to do, you know how to work with it, you spent your time cultivating that relationship, this year is going to be a breeze for you. But if you did not spend your year cultivating that voice on the inside, really getting to hear it, really getting to understand it, this is going to be a difficult year for you. And you are not going to have time to learn the hard lessons in private. You're going to be learning them in public because of the star energy. And that's, going to be quite difficult for some people. The next up is we have our first of the full energies. And a full is also a new beginning, right? Beginnings, start of a journey, youth, the unexpected. So, being that we have a wheel of fortune and we have a double full energy, listen, things that you plan to go a certain way are not going to go that way. 9 times out of 10, being we have this whole Ace of Coins, Three of Coins, Queen of Coins, Star energy, Eight of Coins energy in the middle here. They're going to go better than you expected, but certain things are not going to go as you expected. Now, if you have, like I said, multiple irons in the fire, it's not going to affect you so hard when one thing starts to fail. But if you only working on one thing and that's the only thing that you have, yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. It's going to be hard because the new beginning is going to be unexpected. You're going to get an unexpected new beginning, and it could be good if you have multiple things that you're working on. But if you only have one thing that you're working on, your new beginning is not necessarily going to be good. Now, this is followed by our first of Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands, of course, is again pride, femininity, and self-confidence. So we have this card also twice. So this is why I said we have 4 female cards. We have 2 Queen of Wands, we got the Queen of Coins, and we got the Princess of Coins. So there's a lot of feminine energy here, not just a little bit, big feminine energy. So if you are a male or female leaning into your feminine energy, or as a male, the females in your life it's going to benefit you. This is not a year where the masculine energy is going to make you successful. This is a year where the feminine energy is going to make you successful. So I suggest leaning into your feminine energy. So if you're a female, getting more in touch with your feminine energy, the beauty of life. I have a ton of flowers now, and plants and stuff like that around. Like that's how I've candles. I bought this beautiful teacup, like to drink some tea from, like just really leaning into female energy. That's going to be really important. If you believe that you're going to get through this year without leaning into this female energy, it's not going to work the way that you think. You got to get into your female energy. It's going to be really important. And then again, here's our second Fool card. So, it's almost like if you want to do a reset, because I always look for a good place to do a reset point. If you want to do a reset point in this year and you need okay, everything is getting overwhelming, I need a point to reset. The point to reset is into feminine energy. So whatever you can do to get into your feminine energy will bring you either into this Queen of Coins or this Queen of Wands feminine energy. So I'm going to suggest, of course, the Queen of Coins energy, which would be going out and doing something nice for yourself, a spa treatment or like a nice lunch at a nice place, treating yourself with something related to money, to actual spending money. That's where I'm going to advise people to reset this year. When you're like, okay, this is getting overwhelming, and this can be helpful too for family and friends. So if you have a family or a friend that's really going through it, you can take them to a nice restaurant and help them to reset into this feminine energy. You know what I mean? That's what's going to be something where you have to spend money, and you go out and you let people take care of you. Queen of Coins energy. That's where I'm going to advise people to reset this year, because there's a lot of heavy energy, and it also could help you if you're stuck in this Wheel of Fortune, 4 Swords energy, just going back and forth. It could help you skip over these other, especially if you've already dealt with these other energies, this 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords kind of energy. If you already dealt with that, by resetting into the Queen of Coins energy, which is like I say, spending money on yourself, doing something feminine related. This could help you get over those energies if they try to come back at you, and put you back into that sort of negative place, right? So our next card after the second Fool card is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is plans, travel, and new ideas. So this is definitely a time when you can plan to travel. This year is going to be a good year for traveling. You don't have to travel the world. If you're in the United States or whatever country you're in, you can stay in your own country and go to places that are really nice, like this whole star energy. Tap into the star energy with this card. You have the Three of Coins energy, which is like, looks like a church. Tap into different churches that you've never been to, like cathedrals, Orthodox churches and stuff like that. Even there's a church that I want to visit in Texas that's Barakti I don't know what religion that is. Anyway, there's different religious sites that you can tap into. Places that are by bodies of water with the star card, and places that are religious sites. That's what I would recommend, especially if you want to make the most of this Two of Wands and this financial reset energy. That's what it's looking like for this year. Then we have our second Queen of Wands card. Of course, remember that's pride, femininity, and self-confidence. Matter of fact, your pride, if you want to reset into this Queen of Wands energy, you can also use travel as that way of resetting. So like if you go to a church, a really beautiful church at that, especially like an Orthodox church or even a Catholic church, which are really beautiful. If you go to a really beautiful church, that can help you reset into this feminine energy. So last year, like me personally, I had to take a break from going to church and really make sure I could hear that voice that was inside of me and really get a good connection with that. And as soon as that was established for me, I was able to lean into this feminine energy, this Queen of Wands energy, and start going back to church and using that collaboration in a church setting to bring me to a point of being in this energy. So this is how I have practically used this energy already. Because a new year, you got a whole month of that new year, December, that really get you prepared for that. The energy of the last year is going to last for like another month or so. You know what I mean? So it's not too late. I'm glad I said that. So it's not too late to develop that relationship with that thing that's inside of you. But you better move pretty quickly. I would recommend going over to Q Reeves channel, CUE, Q Reeves. Get you a regression. Get in touch with that voice ASAP. You're going to have to do something, or get a reading from me. You're going to have to do something to get in touch with that voice ASAP. You got to, basically until February where this energy will really start to kick in. All right. So the next card we have is the Ace of Cups. That is our midheaven point. And the Ace of Cups is opportunity, great love, and joy. So again, this is basically like saying when you reset into this feminine energy, and it's Wands energy. Let me mention that something about that too. All of this, the descendant, all the way to the Uranus energy is all wands. Even the Fool card, the guy has a wand in his hand, right? So Wands energy is also the energy of it's endings, but they're soft endings. It's like, okay, making a decision, just cutting someone off, not like a hard cut, but like taking a break. Like, okay, I know I can't deal with this person right now. I got to take a break. And I've had to do this. Like, I've been getting calls like from people and I haven't been able to take them, and they probably think that I'm ignoring them, but I just can't allow another energy into my energy at this exact moment. I'm waiting until I can get into a different kind of energy, which hopefully should be today or tomorrow, and then I can go back to taking calls and stuff. But I have been avoiding calls for a whole week now. I can't I can't process them. It's too much other stuff I'm trying to process. And I have to be obedient to the voice that's on the inside of me. I can't just ignore that voice. And some people, they ignore the voice all the time, and that's, that's on them. I don't have anything to do with that. But when I'm looking for a reset point this year, and it's resetting into being the Queen of Wands, and saying, nope, I need the Queen of Wands is take your wand and point it at him. Back up. You too close. You won't have to back up over there, or even the Fool taking his bag, back up. You a little bit too close to me. It's like really making sure you have your space. So wands are not hard endings. Wands are soft endings. The way that I feel about them. So anyway, when you have this space, then you can get back into this opportunity, this great love, and this joy. And when I get back into that energy, then I'll know, okay, it's time. I'm able to be around other people and converse with other people who are not of the vibration that I'm on. Now, people who are on my vibration, I don't have a problem with. It's the people who aren't on my vibration that I have a huge, I gotta have space. But people who I'm on the same page with is no issue. So our last card here is our moon, which was in Virgo, and that's the 8 of Cups. So new future, walking away, and disillusion. So we don't want to get to this point. This is not where we want to have an ending, where we just hope for a new future, say, oh, this future that we're in is so bad. We don't want to get to that point. And the last, this is why I suggest resetting into the Queen of Coins energy as opposed to the Queen of Wands energy, because the Queen of Coins energy is right beside the star, will be shining and beautiful and happy. But if you get into this Queen of Wands energy, you could end up feeling disillusioned about your life. And I feel like, again, a lot of people are going to just skip over this whole middle. They're going to go from making a choice to being, held back by their choice with this Wheel of Fortune, 4 Swords energy, to this abundance of whatever it is and being disillusioned by it. Like, oh, it's too good to be true, so it must not be real. Like, this year is really, you got to really be aware of what's going on in order for you to navigate this year successfully. So hopefully this has been helpful. I'm not going to end the video. We're going to go on to the next chart, but I'm going to reintroduce it because I'm going to separate this out into 2 videos. And for TikTok, maybe it might end up being 3, but at least I'm going to separate this out into 2 videos. So I hope this information has been helpful on how to successfully navigate this year. This is my predictions video for this year, and for 2024 for the people of our planet. All right, so welcome. This is our astroterography with Sophia Spiritualite. This is our Tree of Life video, and this is the events of the tree. So the events of the tree works a little bit different than the other chart that we discussed, which is all the placements. The events of the tree is the order of the placements. Now, I have a method for determining what order I think that this is going to happen in. So basically what happens is every 36 days, the energy change. Now for 2 days for the event and 2 days after the event on the Tree of Life, we have neutral energy. So this could mean anything. This could mean your neutral energy. This could mean your energy is what's prevalent. This could mean the energy from the previous year is prevalent. But it's neutral energy. It's not this hard assigned energy. And then starting on in this chart, for this New Year's, which is New Year's is always January the 1st. Starting on January the 3rd, we will start with the energy as it comes in. Now, if you listen to the other part of this video, the first part of this video, you will see that it is kind of one of those things where the energy, you have an opportunity to navigate through these energies a little bit differently if you know the whole chart. But if you're just looking at the energies that are coming in that are assigned to this planet for this year, it's going to be a little bit difficult to figure out how to learn the lesson that you have to learn. So the way that this is broke down is every 36 days you have a lesson that you have to learn. And that lesson will come to you in whatever way that it does. And this is for everybody. And so it's going to be important for you to not run away from any of these lessons that you have to learn, but to actually learn the lesson so that you are able to move on to the next stage without having to keep having this lesson repeat. And whether you want to learn the lesson or not, it doesn't particularly matter, because you're going to have to learn the lesson. A lot of these cards repeat. A lot of times you can't get to the next stage until you learn the lesson, or it just beats you up so bad that you don't learn the lesson, plus you go on to the shadow side of the next energy, which I don't recommend. It's much better to just learn the lesson, identify the lesson, keep these things in mind as we move throughout the year, and say, oh, this energy is assigned to me. Let me learn the lesson so that I can move on from this energy and get into the energy that better suits you. But when you ignore these energies, then you can't move on from them because they don't suit you. This is why it's important to learn the lessons. So the very first card we have to deal with, which is January 3rd to February 8th, is our South Node. And that energy is the Four Swords in reverse. Now, as I mentioned, the South Node is the only card I read in reverse in any of these readings. I don't read any of the other cards in reverse, just the South Node, because it's south of the North Node. So we have standstill, difficulties, and exclusion. So from January 3rd to February 8th, it's going to seem like things are just at a standstill, just across the planet. It's gonna seem like nothing is happening, nothing is moving forward. Everybody is kind of stuck. People have the stuck look on their face. They're kind of stuck in this energy from 2023. They don't know how to move forward. It's going to be a lot of confusion during this time period. So, govern yourselves accordingly. We talked about in the other part of this video, the first part, how to navigate through this energy and how to reset. So this is definitely going to be a time when you want to reset into the other energies that are assigned to this year and not really get stuck in these energies, okay? After that, from February the 8th to March the 15th, we're going to have this Eight of Coins energy. And the Eight of Pentacles, and that energy is learning, hard work, and beginning. So it's going to feel like a new beginning. People will, from February 8th to March 15th, people are going to feel like, okay, this is a new start. This is, we're getting ready to have a new beginning. We're going to have a great time. And this lines up with the observable new year, which we have sometimes around March 15th, March 16th, March 17th. Last year we observed the start of the new year on March the 17th, and you'll be able to see that, okay, leading up to, of course, that's the Lent period as well. Leading up to that time, you'll start to see people are getting into a more amenable mood. And it's also going to be a time of work. That's the time when you want to put your head down, get to work on what you're working on. As we talked about previously in the other video, this is the time when you really want to put your energy into the work that you have ahead of you, the goals that you have assigned to you, that kind of stuff. So you want to spend the first 36 days, January 3rd to February 8th, resetting as much as necessary. Whenever the energy gets overwhelming, it's not that you want to ignore the energy, but the energy is not real. It's just assigned to the planet at this time. So you want to just reset as much as possible. If it means you got to go out, get your nails done, get your hair done, go out to lunch, go out to happy hour, whatever it is you have to do, provided that you did the work in 2023. If you did not do the work in 2023, you want to take this standstill time, get to know that person, that energy that's on the inside of you, and develop the relationship with that energy. If you did spend the time learning who you are on the inside, then reset as much as you need until you feel that Queen of Pentacles energy flowing through you. And you could just go into the star energy, because we do have the star energy coming up. All right, so the next card we have is our Earth card, which is also known as the Part of Fortune. I call it the Earth card. It's the energy that's assigned to the Earth, because a Part of Fortune is based on the Earth placements. So that is actually our star card, and that energy is from March 15th to April the 20th. And that's infinite possibilities, hope, inspiration, time of new beginnings. So between this Eight of Pentacles energy and this the star energy, it's just really, really optimistic, really, really joyful, lots of celebrations. Of course, that's also around the time of Easter, Pascha, all the way until April the 20th. So yeah, Easter, Pascha, spring break, all those things are going to be a really, really good time to get out there and really take advantage of these infinite possibilities that are available to you. Because following that, we got a little bit different energy coming in. The next energy we're going to have is this 10 of Swords energy. And we do have this twice this year. So it's going to really be important to spend this next 36 days, this first set of 36 days, from January 3rd to February 8th, February 8th to March 15th, March 15th to April 20th, to really take that time, really take that energy and build yourself up. Make yourself look good, make yourself feel good, feel the infinite possibilities, feel all the good things, have all the good ideas, all of that stuff. Because when we get into this Ten of Swords energy, the Ten of Swords is, and plus we have this energy twice. The Ten of Swords energy is sudden ending, failure, and backstabbing. So we got this, all of these good things are going to come to an abrupt halt. And if you want to know what an abrupt halt looks like for the universe, think 2020. Think 2 weeks to slow the spread. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but there's going to be an abrupt ending. And that's the closest thing to a worldwide abrupt ending that I can think of. 9/11 is another one, but that wasn't as worldwide as the pandemic. So I'm not saying that's what they're going to do. I don't know. But between April 20th and May 26th, it's going to be a hard ending. And so you want to spend this first half of this first third of your year preparing for that hard ending, however it may look. I don't know how it's going to look. But April 20th to May 26th is going to be a hard ending. And that's followed by this Five of Wands energy. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Oh, it is Five of Wands. Oh, I got it wrong on the other one. Okay, well, we got it right here. That's going to be followed by this Five of Wands energy. And the Five of Wands energy is strength, competition, and conflict. Ooh. Okay, this is strength, competition, and conflict. So this abrupt ending is going to bring a lot of conflict. And this time period is May 26th to July 1st. So I would expect to see riots, protests, stuff like that coming up at that time. Because it's just going to, everybody's just going to be fighting. And so now knowing that May 26th to July 1st is going to be a lot of fighting, you want to stay far away from fighting during that time period as possible. So this would be a good time to you know, have something, you know, like in the previous reading, go to your national parks, have some time where you go to churches and visit and really get into that sort of uh, spiritual spirituality by nature or spirituality by church energy. That's what I would recommend at that time. Because the next energy is going to be this Three of Pentacles, which is let's see, the Jupiter is May 26th to July 1st. So from July 1st to August 6th, this is going to be completion, teamwork, and good results. So if you're able to keep it together through this Mars energy, April 20th to May 26th, and then the Jupiter energy from May 26th to July 1st, by the time July 1st comes around, especially I guess for our 4th of July holiday, you will have this completion, teamwork, and good results. You will see the good results come in, but it's going to be, you know, 2 months of seeing pretty bad results, and you're going to have to be able to understand that that thing is not real. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a little bit dicey. That's April 20th through July the 1st. Now, in July the 1st to August the 6th, again, completion, teamwork, and good results. You'll see some positive results. So 4th of July, that's going to be a good time to have celebrations. If you're planning on going on vacations and stuff like that, July 1st through August 6th for sure. Great time for that. Anything teamwork related, that's when I would plan those things. I would plan to do this kind of traveling where you get into this star energy, bodies of water and stuff like that. Less interactions with actual people from the time of this Mars energy and the time of this Jupiter energy, which is April 20th to July 1st. And July 1st is time to start celebrating with people. Okay. The next energy we have coming in is Mercury, and that's August the 6th through September the 11th. And that's another 10 of Swords. Now, that's again another sudden ending, failure, and backstabbing. And being that this energy ends on September the 11th, the last so this is every year. So every year on September the 11th, there is some ending of this energy and starting of a new energy. Looking at the rest of this energy this year, I would not be surprised with some kind of major financial ending. Just because you have this Three of Pentacles where the negative energies will start to believe that they've somehow bounced back. And I think that whatever bounce back they think they got during this Three of Pentacles energy from July 1st to August 6th is going to end with a hard ending between August the 6th and September the 11th. Okay, so for you personally, this could mean like don't overdo it when you go back and, just use that time from July 1st to August the 6th to just celebrate, and don't think, oh, you're going back to the way things used to be. Oh, your life is going to go back. I don't think so. That's not what, I don't think that's what that's saying. I think what it's saying is take this time to celebrate. You're going to need it. You know what I mean? Take this time to do those things with family and friends that you haven't done all year. Just take this time to do that because you're going to really need it during this August 6th to September the 11th period. So the next energy we have is Venus. And that is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, no, that's the Eight of Swords, I'm sorry, is overthinking, self-criticism, and entrapment. So again, this is when I think there's going to be a major system-wide failure of some sort, and you're going to have a lot of people overthinking. This is from September the 11th to October 17th. And because this is an election year, I would also not be surprised if this is related to election related things like this hard ending that they brought about during the Mars energy, which is April 20th to May 26th. Whatever hard ending they brought about at that time, this 2 weeks of slow to spread, I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't come back up in this Venus time period of September 11th to October the 17th. Like, man, this was a really bad idea. Whatever we did during this time to ensure our winning of this election by the Democrats is probably going to come back to bite them in the hind parts during this time. And it's going to be, whatever it is, it will be them entrapping themselves, because nobody put those swords in their back so that they could do this. Nobody is even entrapping them. This is them tying themselves up in knots. And for us on a personal level, this could be you engaging in, some kind of behavior that is just, not true. Again, and remember, whenever you have these difficult energies, we know what the reset point is. The reset point is to focus on yourself, do some nice things for yourself, spend some money on yourself, that kind of thing. Really, really dig deep and make yourself look beautiful, feel beautiful, surround yourself with beauty. That kind of stuff will help you to navigate these more difficult energies that are coming in. The next energy we have is the moon, which is October 17th through November 22nd. And that is the Eight of Cups. So if you can see here, we've got 3 eights in this year. We've got the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. And this is an 8 year. So it's interesting how that numerology actually also showed up in our thing. So the Eight of Cups is new future, walking away in disillusion. Now, the problem with this is that, as I mentioned in the first half of the reading, if you just walk away, if you just think, okay, I need a new future, I need a reset, this is almost like people will be begging for a reset. You know what I mean? Like, it's just set up this year. Like, people, okay, I need to start over. But if you have been defaulting to your inner guides, this Queen of Pentacles energy, these good vibrations, that, disillusionment energy that's going to be coming at you with this Eight of Cups, it's going to be walking away from the people who just refuse to, be on a positive vibration. It will give you the ability to feel comfortable walking away from those people. And remember, this energy is from October the 17th through November the 22nd. So this is kind of like culminating in Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like, where you're just like, look, I got to get away. I've got to remove. This is almost like a double check, a recheck. Like, are you sure you need all of these people in your life? Are you sure you need all of this stuff? Are you sure you like all of this stuff? Like, just think about it. Think about it again and make sure it's really real for you. You know what I mean? And so I feel like, that would, it could be helpful for you. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know what I mean? So the last energy we have for this year, which is November the 22nd through December the 28th, is the Fool card. And our North Node is always the energy we experience at the end of the year. And this is beginnings, the unexpected. So just expect for the unexpected. At the end of the year, this could be a new beginning. This could be a good thing. These could be lots of good things based on our, the energy personally that you have going on at this time. And also the energy that always comes in December, which is that Sagittarius holly jolly energy. So, it'll be emphasized again with this North Node of new beginnings. So you will feel like, okay, I've got a new lease on life. I have, got an opportunity to get it right. Unfortunately, for some people, this will be the end of the year for them. So they've had to wait the whole year to have this feeling. Meanwhile, if you listen to the first half of the video, we have discussed throughout the video how to get to this point without that sort of whatever energy. There's a lot of energy that we've discussed that you don't have to particularly deal with, and just wait to the end of the year to finally get some relief. You can give yourself relief along the way, and that's what we discussed in the astroterography events part of this video, which is why I do that first. And so hopefully you have an idea of what kind of things will be happening this year. Again, I will put in the notes the time period so you can refer back to it. I think overall this is going to be a year where the people who have done the work in 2023 of working on themselves are going to be able to navigate through this very well. The people who spent 2023 lying to themselves about how great everything was, for them or for this planet or whatever, they are going to face a very rude awakening, and they're going to be given an opportunity right now all the way until February the 8th to reconsider their position. And we have already seen some people reconsidering their positions, like the Queen of Denmark advocating and saying, no, y'all not going to put this on me. So we already see it. We see a lot of people leaving the planet, and I'm assuming a lot more people will leave the planet this year based on how many swords we have. We have the 4 swords, double 10 of swords, a 9 of swords, or 8 of swords. That's a lot of swords. So I do anticipate a lot of people exiling the planet, and a lot of sorrow, because the 10 of swords energy, these swords energies are not easy to deal with. Plus there's going to be a lot of fighting with this 5 of wands energy. And so we've already discussed the tools to navigate through this energy, and so I implore you, please use the tools. Don't ignore the tools in the toolbox. Okay, so thank you for watching. We'll be doing one of these videos probably every month to just go over the energy for that month. I'm not going to do January because it's pretty much going to look like this same card. Actually, it will look exactly like this because the energy is not going to change, but we'll pick the start of February and we'll go through the energy every month. So thanks for listening, and if you're interested in a reading, please go to fruitsandspirit.com and you can find all the information there for astroterography. Peace and blessings to you.